All right. Please kindly check your speaker or your earpiece or whatever you are using for the person saying my voice is not loud enough. Yeah. So the class recording has started. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Okay, thank you, Bethel. My name is Esther once again. So for today's class, we are starting. I know you guys have been doing Excel and SQL for the past weeks. Today we'll be starting Power BI, which I think like is the main thing. The favorite part for everyone because you get to work on dashboard, you get to do visualization and all that. Everyone has been looking forward to that. We save the best for the last, like I will try to say. So I'll be taking you guys. Winnie, please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
I can. All right. All right. Thank you. So for today's class, I'll be taking the introduction to Power BI and data preparation in Power Query. So I'll first of all do like a theoretical aspect where I explain everything, what Power BI is and all that. Then after the second half of the class, I'll take us to Power BI itself, Power BI desktop itself for us to see and do some data preparation in Power BI, in Power Query before we then apply to Power BI for us to um, load our data and start our analysis. So today's class, we are doing introduction to Power BI and data preparation in Power Query. So what's the agenda for today's class? Just for us to talk about the overview of Power BI, understanding Power BI interface and all that, importing and connecting to data. That is, there are a lot of different sources where our data can be coming from to connect to Power BI. So we talk about that. Also, introduction to Power Query. For Power Query, we do our data preparation, data transformation, data cleaning, and all that in Power Query before loading fully into Power BI. And also, like I said, data cleaning and data transformation, that's majorly what Power Query is actually used for. And then we do a hands-on demonstration, then the Q&A session if you have any question. So while I'm speaking, if you have any question, you can drop in the chat or you can just raise your hand until when I like move on to Teams interface for me to see what is happening there. Or you can just like jot your question down somewhere in case so that you should so that you wouldn't forget your question. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's start the class fully. What is Power BI? So Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool developed by Microsoft. So by this, we all know that the BI in Power BI stands for business intelligence. So it's majorly Power Business Intelligence because the BI stands for business intelligence. So Power BI is a tool for business intelligence and data visualization tool by Microsoft. In by Microsoft. There are other form of business intelligence and data visualization tool. We can use Excel as well. We have Looker, we have Click, we have Tableau. We have several others. Those are just the one I can remember off my head right now. So, but for this bootcamp, we'll be looking at Power BI majorly because we've been doing more Microsoft app tools for this bootcamp. We've done Excel, we've done Microsoft Server, SMS, and all that. So it's just good, perfect for us to do Power BI as well instead of using another tool like Tableau, Click, or Looker. So that's why we are focusing on Power BI for this bootcamp. So what do we even majorly do in Power BI for us to get our business intelligence and data visualization? It enables us, when I say us, being the users, to connect, clean, transform, and visualize data from multiple sources. We'll get to see the sources very soon. And there are three different types of Power BI. We have Power BI desktop, we have Power BI service, and we have Power BI mobile. Our Power BI desktop is the one we all install on our laptops, on our computer, on our desktop. That is what we install. That is where we do the major um dashboarding, reports, and all that. What Power BI service allows us to share with others is like a paid version actually of Power BI, and from there you get to share your reports with every other person in your you want to share it. And also we have Power BI mobile. Power BI mobile, just like every other application that we have, every other mobile application that we have. For example, now we have WhatsApp web and we have WhatsApp mobile. I believe WhatsApp mobile is what majorly all of us we use because it's easier on the go. We can easily chat people up and all that. Instead of us looking for our laptop or our computer to carry before we can chat people or send them text messages. So it's just the same thing as the example I just cited, the WhatsApp example. So Power BI, for Power BI mobile, when you finish your analysis in doing your report in Power BI desktop, you can easily share with someone. And if the person has Power BI mobile app installed on their phone, they can easily just check what you've sent to them to know um what to do with the information, the insights you've gotten from the data. They don't have to wait until they get their desktop. So that's majorly what Power BI mobile is. And also Power BI supports variety of data sources, like I said, Excel, SQL databases, cloud services, APIs, straight from the web. Your data does not have to be in Excel or even in an SQL database before you can connect your data to Power BI. We'll look at that as well. And also, Power BI is widely used by businesses to make data-driven decisions through dashboards and reports, like I've said. So this is like what Power BI is all about. Um, why do we even use Power BI? We get to do interactive reports and dashboard, automation and data refresh, data modeling and transformation, integration with multiple data sources because you can connect with lots of data sources. So Power BI is cool. We have cloud and on-premises deployment for Power BI service. You can easily deploy your reports, your dashboard to the cloud and all that. Also, we have advanced analytical capabilities. That is, we have DAX for the advanced part. We have DAX. DAX is like the code for Power BI. So we have DAX to like carry out other functions in Power BI. So these are majorly the use of Power BI. Um, Power BI interface, we'll get to see Power. I think let me just open up Power BI so that I can easily talk through this Power BI interface. So let me launch my Power BI. It's coming up. I believe every one of us have installed Power BI on our laptop. Let me check if I have answer. Have you all installed Power BI? Okay, Winnie, I can see your reaction. Um, please, if you have installed Power BI, I'm so I can see your reaction as well. Ramat, okay, nice. Please, if you haven't, if you want to install Power BI on your desktop, on your laptop, or wherever you are using, just go to Microsoft Store on your laptop or desktop, whatever it is they are using. Go to Microsoft Store. When you get to Microsoft Store, just search for Power BI. I think it's even up for me already. Just search for Power BI. You can also just go to can just Google it as well and download Power BI. But just for you to download the right one, go to Microsoft Store on your laptop or desktop. Then when you see Power BI, you download Power BI desktop, not report builder. Download Power BI desktop. So I have mine installed. So you download Power BI desktop and it will just install as easy as that. So if you don't have Power BI installed yet, kindly do that after this class. Um, kindly do that after this class. So I believe my Power BI up, is up. Yeah. Winnie, can you guys see my Power BI interface?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So yeah, I needed to do that so you all can see. I think I will have to partition that up into two. Sorry, I wanted to like let me just maximize it so that we can even see it well. So so for my Power BI interface, I have the home ribbon. Home ribbon just provides option for importing data, saving files, and accessing settings. So this is what the home ribbon looks like. This is home.
Please,
This
excuse
is
me.
home.
Can you please zoom a little
Okay.
to the text?
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me just present again. So home ribbon provides option for importing data, saving files, and accessing the options in the Power BI interface. So let's see what the home ribbon actually looks like in Power BI. So I'm going to be reducing this and going back to our Power BI interface. So this is the home ribbon. You can see this is where we get our data. So like I said, there are different sources of data for you to get data into your Power BI. We have the Excel workbook, we have the Power BI semantic models, we have data flow, we have dataverse, SQL, text or CSV straight from web. And if all these options listed here are not even enough for you, you can open the more option for you to get more. So these are all the options. If it's a file-based data source, we have Excel, text, XML, JSON, folder. If your data is in PDF, Pathway, SharePoint folder. If it is in database, we have all the type of database listed here. We have Oracle, IBM, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Cbase, Teradata. Every option that we have, SAP, Snowflake, whatever, anywhere your data is, we have MongoDB, every source of data in form of a database. We have Microsoft Fabric as well, the warehouse, the lakehouse. We have Power Platform, Dataverse and Co. We have Azure as well, Azure SQL, Azure Blob, anywhere your data is. If it is an online service, anywhere, Google Analytics, GitHub, Mixpanel, anywhere your data is, you can Zendex, Zoho, anywhere your data is, you can always bring them into Power BI. You can see other sources that maybe they didn't fall under online as well or database or file. You can see all of them listed here as well. So that's that on get data part of Power BI. We have queries as well. If I click on transform data, it's going to take me to Power Query. Um, you can see it's showing when I over on it, it's showing use the Power Query editor to connect, prepare, and transform data. Because that is usually what we use Power Query to do. We use it for data preparation. So queries here is anytime you click on this transform data, just know it's taking you straight to Power Query. We also have the data sources. I'm sorry, I said data source. I meant visualization options. Um, what type of visuals do you want to use for your data? We have bar and column, different types of bar and column. We have the stacked bar, the stack column charts, cluster charts. We have for the line and area chart as well. We have the line charts, the area chart. The area chart is just a line chart that is filled with colors. Instead of a straight line, but your lines are filled. That is what area chart is. We have the waterfall, funnel, and scatter chart as well. This is waterfall, this is funnel, this is scatter. We have the pie, donut, and tree map. We have maps. We have gauge, cards, and KPI. We have the slicer. Slicer is just like the filter button in Excel. That's the same thing slicer is doing here. What filter is doing in Excel, that's what slicer is doing here. We have tables. Your data can be in form of table as well. We have AI visuals. We have other. If all the options there is still not enough for you to like visualize your data, you feel this charts or the graphs here are not the best option for you to actually visualize your data, you can always go to get more visuals. That's like a visual market, like a chart market, a graph market. So let's wait for it to load. You can always get more options here. Waiting while it load. Yeah, you can see that there are other options for you to choose here as well. But if you know the name of what you are looking for, you can always just come. If you know the name of that chart, you can always come here and just search. Maybe you want to word cloud. So you can see what cloud came up, every other type of what cloud as well that is available. You can just click on it and save it for you. Let me just try to like bring in what cloud into my Power BI desktop for us to see how it works. So loading data. So it's loading, is loading, is loading. Yeah. So this is what word cloud is. What do we even majorly use word cloud for? So maybe in case you ask people to um tell you what they feel. For example, if we do a survey right now telling you all to tell us what you feel or what you think about this cohort and all that, the number one word that is common to all of you will be in this big form. So if we are all saying Datakliq Bootcamp um is not doing well or we need to do better. So that word will be pointed out for us to say that, okay, people really want us to do better, instead of us sitting down and reading through what you all have to say one by one. So we can use word cloud to just pinpoint to show us the most used words from everyone. If people are saying, okay, this is the best bootcamp I've ever been, we are going to see best bootcamp instead of us reading through your essays or text one by one. Word cloud can easily help us to pinpoint what the major word you guys are saying. So I can just do add, and by that, if I open my visual gallery now, you guys will see that word cloud has been added. Okay, say import successful. So you can see word cloud down here. It was not there before, but now it is there. So you can also do your R, Python, and every other visuals that you know of in this Power BI desktop interface. Let me also present again. So we also have field panes. It displays all available tables and columns from connected data source. Let me just read through this, then we'll go see everything again. We have the visualization pane, just like what I just showed you now, but there's still another pane again where you can actually see that again. Contain different chart types and tools for creating reports. We have the report canvas, which is the main um, empty space, the workspace where reports and dashboards are designed. We have the data view, allow users to explore raw data before visualizing. And we also have the model view, where we do our data modeling to create relationship between entities and all that. It enables the creation of relationship between tables for data modeling. So let's see these places again, once again. So this is my filter pane. If I want to do a top or something, I can easily come here to do my filtering and all that. So this is also my visualization pane. So from all what I have here, for visualize for charts and all that, is also here on this side for me to see as well. It is also here, so I can easily come here and collapse it or open it back up again. Click on this, so I can see it all here. So this is my report view, and this is the canvas space that was said that we use to build our dashboards and reports. So this is my canvas, this space that is empty here. So once I import data, all this option of import data from Excel, import from SQL, paste into a blank table will all disappear, and this space is going to be empty. And also this is my table view. If once I upload a data right now, we are going to see this place populated with our table in forms of rows and column, just the way it is usually in Excel. This is model view. For model view, once I bring in my different tables, we're going to be seeing relationship between them. So this is just an example to show that if this is a table, this is a table, this is a table. So there's going to be a relationship between each table to connect them, to connect the fact table with the dimension table. And also for DAX, once I have my data in and I want to perform some DAX queries, I can easily come here to write my DAX, or any DAX that written will also show up here. Yeah. Also, we have files here. The files is just for me to save. The option of save, share, get data, import it, or export my dashboard, or for me to sign out. And we have options and settings. So for my options and settings, it's coming up. So just for me to see every other thing, it's just a settings actually. We don't really need to do anything here. We have our Power Query editor, direct query, R scripting, Python scripting, security, privacy, regional setting, updates, your data usage, and all of that. Excuse me. So that's that on our data Power BI interface. So if I click on share here, if I click on share, the people in my workspace, that is that we are on the same SharePoint and all that, are going to get access to this, and I also have my insert um tab. For insert tab, I still have my charts, more visuals. These are all visuals as well, AI visuals, the Power Platform elements. If I want to bring in the text box into my dashboard, I want to bring in buttons, shapes, or I want to bring in image, um how to bring in image that I already have downloaded on my laptop or desktop into my Power BI. For modeling, modeling is just for me to see what my data model, this this tab here, looks like. So if I go back to report view, I'm going to see it up here again. So things like that happened here for data modeling. There's going to be a class on data modeling tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So we'll go deeper into that for data modeling. We see what can happen with data modeling. So we also have view. The view is just an editing. If you want to have a theme, what color you want your dashboards to look like, and all that. So that as well. Also your page view, what do you want your page view to look like? Is it fit to page, fit to width? So this just increase and decrease your, you can see when I click on that, it's like resized my page. So if I click on fit to page back, it's going to like resize my page again. So like I said, there is Power BI mobile. So you can also work on what the other person that you are, the people that you know that they only check their Power BI on mobile. You can also work on what they can see, how they can see it. So if I click on Power BI mobile layout, I'm going to see something like a phone pop up here. So that way I will know how to
Sorry,
arrange
please
my chart.
excuse me.
Okay.
Someone said you're too fast from the chat box.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask that. So sorry on that. So let me go back. So let me take us back to our normal view. So for page view again, so let me just close all this tab and collapse them. Collapse it. So for page view, if I click on fit to width, we can see that this my Canva increased in size. And if I go back to, if I click on actual size, it's also increased in size, and that if I click on fit to page, everything like compressed together. Like I can see that this is from this edge, this where I have my dotted line, are the only available space for me to work to build my reports. So for mobile layout, like I said, we have Power BI desktop, which is what we are using right now, is what we download on our laptop or desktop. We have Power BI desktop, we have Power BI service, and we have Power BI mobile. So for Power BI mobile, you have to control the way the people that will be using their mobile phone to view your reports, so that way you can arrange the charts um yeah for them to see to for them to see the layouts and how the charts, because if you don't do that and they are viewing it, the charts might be overlapping on one another. But for that not to happen, you have to like arrange the charts on your own before you share with them. So that is why we have this Power BI layout mobile layout. So if I take that off, so if I want to see grid line, you can add grid lines as well. Snap to grid. So this snap to grid, if I have charts here already, all my charts are going to automatically align. Like in case I was not aligning them very well, or I have a chart here and I have another chart at the end here as well. If I click on snap to grid, everything is going to be in one particular place. We also have the pane manager. So for down here, this is where our pane here, I can easily add new pages. So that works to help us manage our pane manager. So let me just do it because I actually really don't need them. I'm deleting as well. So we still have this on data build. This is where we get our visuals and also formatting. You can bookmark. When you click on bookmark adds filters to your chart and also helps you with drilling, selection, performance analyzer. You can like click on performance analyzer to help you see where you can do better with the charts that you've created. So there's a lot of AI infused into Power BI that can make our work very easy. So in case you've done your reports and you feel you've done your best, but in case you think you've not done your best, you can always click on performance analyzer to help you know that okay, this particular chart can be done better or not. So that will work for us. For optimize, pause visual, refresh visuals, same thing as performance analyzer, apply all sliders button. In case I've brought in my sliders, like I say, sliders works as filter in Power BI. If you want to filter your charts or your reports, um, you use slider. So filters are called slider in Power BI. And just the help tab, as you all know, help tab about is going to tell me what my Microsoft Power BI desktop, my version, what version am I using? I'm currently using February. I think we are in March. Wow. I'm still using February 2025 version and all that. Guided learning, training videos, documentations, support. You can join the Power BI blog, you can join Power BI community. For developers, if you have an idea, you can submit idea, consulting service, and you can see example of dashboards that have been created by past users as well to help you with your creativity in case you don't know what type of charts you want to do, or how you want your reports to look like. So you can use that to help you. Yeah. So back to our presentation. Yeah, so we've seen majorly everything in Power BI interface. I think we've also seen connecting data in Power BI. So you can import data using Excel databases, SharePoint, and APIs, like I've said. And also we have live and direct query, and also import mode when you are connecting to databases. So for import mode, just loads all your data into Power BI, allowing for faster analysis. So all your data that you know that you need to date, you've uploaded them, and that is it. But for direct query, you can connect to databases, so that this is majorly used by companies. If you are just working on a one-time project, you really do not need to use direct query. But if you know that this dashboard is what you use tomorrow, you use next tomorrow at your organization, because new data will be generated every day. New data are coming in, especially for sales or customer things like that, because every day someone is buying something. You don't want to keep designing dashboards or reports every day. So you can just do a direct query once you already have your reports done or your dashboards done. So if you connected using direct query, once the data are getting into the database, it is going to be updated automatically in the report without you touching anything, without you coming back to come and say, oh, I need to build a dashboard for today, I need to build the report for tomorrow. So that allows real-time updates, but it requires a stable connection. You have to always stay connected to the database and internet. So that's that Power BI interface majorly. So now let's move on to introduction to Power Query. So Power Query helps us with data preparation. So there are different type of stage. We have several stages when it comes to data analysis. We have plan and collect. After plan and collecting, we have data preparation. So for plan and collect is when you are trying to know what problem you are trying to solve. So I believe once you've planned and you already pinpoint what problem you are trying to solve with your analysis, then you can start collecting data. So that's the first stage of data analysis. You plan and you collect. So you plan what problem you're trying to solve. So then you can see what data you need to solve that particular problem. Then you
Sorry.
start collecting.
Um,
Okay,
this
Winnie.
the screen is showing introduction to Power Query. It's not showing the plan and
Yes,
collecting.
that's what I mean.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying this off my head. I'm saying
Oh,
plan and
oh, okay,
connect off
okay.
my head actually. All right, thank you. So you plan and you collect, because that will lead us to Power Query actually at the end. So you collect your data, then after that, you now start data preparation after you've planned and you've collected your data. So data preparation is the next thing. So when you're doing data preparation is where you clean your data, you transform your data, you deal with anomalies, you deal with outliers and all that. So for us to do our data preparation, we do data preparation in Power Query, in Power BI. So Power Query helps you with your data transformation. It helps you clean your data. It helps you reshape your data in case the data is not in the right format that you want to use it. So that is majorly what data preparation is. So back to our Power Query. Power Query is a data transformation engine. It is a backend engine in Power BI that helps users clean and reshape raw data. So the key features of Power Query is data cleaning. So when you're doing your data cleaning, you remove null in case you have duplicates, because if you have duplicates, then you will get the wrong insights from your data, and at the end of the day, you will want to remove duplicates. And also it also helps you to do with inconsistent entries. In case you have a column that is supposed to be in form of text, but people are putting in numbers there. That way you can easily work on that entry. Also, data transformation. Data transformation is merging, splitting, and formatting the data for analysis. Example of data transformation is um let me point that out, because that's one problem we usually have when we collect data for this bootcamp. When we tell people to input to put their name when they are registering for this bootcamp, we usually put full name. Yeah, I know it might sound somehow to you that like, are people doing that? Yes, it happens because I actually handle that. So we ask people to fill in their full name, but then you see people just put Esther. I asked you to fill in your full name, but you're just telling me Esther instead of writing Esther Oyeneko. So to make that easier for us, you just ask for first name, then your last name. So at our back end, when we are working our data, we do merging. So that I can now merge I collected your data as your first name separately, and I collected your last name separately. So at the back end, I can now come and merge both your first name and your last name together for me to get your full name. So that is the data transformation. I didn't collect your data as a full name. I collected it just as first name and your last name, but I am transforming it to be your full name for my analysis. So that is a common day-to-day data transformation example I can say. We also have data integration. You can combine multiple data sets into a single structure format. That is appending and merging as well. We'll look at that as well. So in case maybe you collected a data from 2021, but as long as they are in the same format, they have to be in the same format for you to do that. So I collected a data in 2021. Also collecting another data in 2022. This data are going to be in a separate place. So if I want to do my analysis to look at both data, instead of me looking at them in separate ways, I can like append or merge these two um data sets that are in different source together for me to get one single structured data. Also, we have automated data processing. This is steps performed in Power Query. They are recorded and can be refreshed automatically. We'll see how this works as well. So that if you do a data transformation, so let me just like theoretically explain this. If you do a data transformation in Power Query, the steps are usually recorded for you just because in case you want to go back to a step, you want to delete that step, or you want to rework that step to do another thing. So you can always go back. You don't have to write it down that, oh, I just did a plus and minus here. I just added full name together. You can always go to append queries to see the steps that you've done so far on your data. Yeah, Power Query interface. I think now we have to go to the Power Query interface. We have the navigator pane, the query editor, the apply steps pane, which was just what I was just talking about now, the formula bar. So let's go to so like I said, if I click on this now, this will take me straight to Power Query. I don't know if we all saw that. Let me do that again. So on the home tab, I came to queries and I click on transform data. Like I said in the beginning, if I click on transform data, it takes me automatically to Power Query Editor interface. If I click on this, you can see another interface comes up. Excuse me. So this is our Power Query interface. There's another way to get here. I'm going to show us that once we load our data in. So the all these are faded because I don't have data in this interface yet. So once you finish your data transformation, data cleaning and all that, you click on close and apply for you to go back to Power BI. We have the transform tab, add column. We'll look at all this again once we have data in our interface. We have the view, we have tools, we have up. So let's go back. Um, yeah, I'm going back. Yeah, we're still coming back there, but I'm going back. Yeah, yeah. So we have our navigator pane. This displays available data sets before importing them into Power BI. We have the query editor, a workspace where transformations such as filtering, merging, and aggregating data occur. We have applied steps pane. This is where you keep track of each transformation steps performed on the data set. We also have the formula bar. The formula bar allows advanced users to write custom M code for complex transformation. Like it says, advanced users. For now, we are beginner users. So common data preparation steps. So like I said, in Power Query, what we are doing is data preparation. We are preparing our data for analysis. Number one, we remove duplicates. If you know your data have duplicates, sometimes our data usually comes clean. I think the data we are using for example today is actually a clean data, but we can still do some transformations for us just to see what it looks like. So you remove duplicates. This ensure unique records by eliminating repeated data entries. We also handle missing values by replacing, filling, or removing null values to improve data accuracy, because data accuracy and integrity is really important to help with your data analysis. We also do the splitting and merging of columns, formatting data by separating combined fields or merging related ones. We also do data filtering, keeping only relevant data by applying filters to remove unnecessary records that you know that you don't need for your analysis. Because if you bring in data that you actually don't need for your analysis into Power BI, it might actually slow down your laptop or the rate at which you are working. Because Power BI is actually a very, very power consuming app. Because for example now, some of you might have issues loading Power BI because if your laptop is 8 gig RAM, if your laptop is 4 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM, Power BI might slow down a bit on your laptop. I also faced this issue when I was just starting out as a data analyst, because that was what I have then. But it will work for you. You just have to be patient. The way I am opening my Power BI, that I'm clicking on this and it's going there, I'm clicking on this and it's going there. You might not experience that. It is not your internet. Trust me. You don't have to call MTN, Airtel, Glow, or anyone for that one. It is just your RAM capacity, what it can do with Power BI, because Power BI consumes a lot of power for you to work with it. So it might slow down, like I said, if you are using 4 gig RAM or 8 gig RAM laptop, it might be slow a bit. You just have to bear with it. Um, Once you can like get a laptop or maybe 16 gig RAM, 12 gig RAM, 32 gig RAM, or anyone. Yeah. Also, so that's why you have to remove unnecessary records, so that can actually help you to even help Power BI to work faster. Also changing data types, like I said, sometimes your column a text column might be collected in form of numbers or dates, so that way you can always change your data type. Because if, for example, you are working with location data, for example, Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Zanzibar, all that, and it is collected in form of maybe number or anything. If I want to visualize it in Power BI, I might not be able to use map visuals to show this location because my data is in form of number. But with Power Query, I can easily change it back to location data to show a geographical column, so that way I can easily visualize my data in form of map, because this is the location data, so it is geographical. And also merging queries, combining related combining related tables from different sources for a unified data set. Like we said before, if you have a data from 2021, 2022, 2023, you can always merge them to become one data set instead of having them in separate places, as long as they are in the same format. Yep. So what's the summary of all the um thing we've been saying since, so that we can go into our Power BI to do some hands-on. So Power BI enables users to connect, clean, and visualize data efficiently. And also Power Query simplifies data preparation with automated transformations. Um, Understanding this to help analysts create insightful reports and dashboards, and mastering the basics provide the strong foundation for more advanced analytics and data modeling. Like, your basic is really important. If your data is not clean enough, advanced analytics is majorly DAX, and your DAX, if you're writing your DAX, you might not be getting what you actually need out of it. And also your data modeling will not be what you want it to be. And data modeling and how you model your data will also affect how you write your DAX at the end of the day. Yep. Okay, so let's go to our Power BI now. We are done with this so that we can actually see what it looks like. But today, let me show you guys what before I go on, let me see if we have any questions so I can answer it before moving on fully to Power BI. come up, please. Yep. Please, if you have question, kindly drop. Okay. Okay. Do all chats work? Yes, someone already answered you. I think this was when okay, network. Okay, thank you. So I believe Ramat and Odunayo probably have questions, so I'm going to give you guys access to mic before we move on to the practical aspect of the class. Okay, Odunayo, please go first. Your hand was raised first. Hello, Odunayo, are you there? Odunayo, okay. While we wait on that, on him or her, Ramat, please, can you go? Hi, Ramat. Okay. So as not to waste our time, I'm going to lower you guys' hand so that um when I come back, I don't get it mixed up again. Okay. So now let's see what data sets we are using today. We are using the Maven Pizza Place data set. It's a data set available on the web, but I'll be sharing it with us. While I said that, let me share with us at once. Um, let me share it with us. That data set we'll be using for this Power BI class, for the data modeling, data visualization, and every aspect um of this class. So I'm just going to upload it here. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. Let me add the data dictionary as well. Cause carry up. Yeah. Okay. I believe that will be uploading while the class is going on. So let's look at our data set. So we are using the Pizza Place sales dataset. So this is a fiction dataset by Maven Analytics. So we have a data dictionary. What does data dictionary? Data dictionary explains each field, each record in our data. So we have the order table, we have the order details, we have pizzas, and we have pizza type. That is, we have four different data, four different tables in our data set, and each of these have been explained. So for us to see this better, let's go to don't stress me. So let's go into our pizza sales. So we have um the order details table. We have the order details table, and the order details table is showing us our order details ID. um there's order ID, we have pizza ID, and we have the quantity of each pizza that is being ordered. So let's check our um data dictionary to know what that means. So we have our order details table, right? So yes. So for order details table, I think that's the second one here. We have order details ID. What does order details ID means? So order details ID means it is the yes, I've highlighted what I'm talking about. Because the table I opened is order details. This is it. So the order details ID means it is a unique identifier for each pizza place within each order. Pizzas of the same types and sizes are kept in same row and the quantity increases. So that's what order details means. What does the order ID means? The order ID means um, the order ID is a foreign key that ties the details in each order to the order itself. we'll open the other table for us to know better. And we also have the pizza ID. What does the pizza ID means? It's also a foreign key from the pizza table, I believe. It's a foreign key that ties the pizza ordered to its details like size and price and all that. And we have the quantity. What does the quantity means? The quantity means quantity ordered for each pizza of the same style, the same type, and the same sizes. Okay, now we know what everything in this particular table means. Don't save. I don't have anything to change there. So let's open our other table to see what that is about. Yeah. So this is our order table here. What does our order table? We have order ID. So order ID, unique identifier for each order placed by a table. So we know that this order ID is the same thing as the order ID here. That is why it is a foreign key because it is in another table. So the two the two column the two common column between other orders in order table and other details is order ID. So if we are doing our data modeling, we will be joining these two tables together with order ID because it is the common denominator between the both of them. That is why it is a foreign key in order ID because it is coming from the order table itself. It is a unique identifier for each order placed by a table. We have dates. I think date is self-explanatory. Date is the date the order was placed, entered into the system prior to cook and serving. We have time. For time, I believe it's just same thing as date. Time the order was placed, entered into the system prior to cooking and serving. So that is that on our order table. We also have the pizza table. So let me open our pizza table. Yep. So this is our pizza table. We have pizza ID. This pizza ID is also the common. If I want to join my other details and pizza please let's mute ourselves. Oh, I can hear myself. Happiness, welcome. Um, okay. Okay. Um, so like I was saying, if I want to do my data modeling and to like create a relationship between my other details and my pizza table, I'm going to be using the pizza ID because I have pizza ID in my pizza table and I also have it in my other detail. We can see that pizza ID here is a foreign key that is coming from pizza table. That is why it's called a foreign key. So pizza ID is what is pizza ID? Pizza ID is unique identifier for each pizza because we have different type of pizza type and sizes as well. So a pizza might be pepperoni. We will have pepperoni small, we will have pepperoni medium, we have pepperoni large. So pizza ID. So that means we have a different ID for pepperoni small, a different ID for pepperoni large, a different ID for pepperoni medium. So that is what this pizza ID is doing. What is pizza type ID? Pizza type ID is a foreign key that ties each pizza to its brother pizza type. If we look at our pizza type table, there is a column here called pizza type ID. So if I'm also doing my data modeling, if I want to create a relationship between pizza and pizza type, I'll be using the pizza ID to join these two tables together to create or form a relationship between the both of them. So that is what pizza ID is doing. Pizza size, like I said, each pizza, like it is showing here, So on this table, we have pizza size. So this is it here as well. Pizza size. We have sizes of pizza. We have pizzas in small, medium, large, extra large, or extra extra large. We have prices as well, amounts they are being sold for each sizes and all that. So we have their price. The prices are in US dollar. Um, yeah. So let's go to our pizza type table. That's the next table for us to look at. Yep, 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 yep. Pizza type table. Okay. So like I said before, this is already a clean table. Yeah. I'm a clean data sets. So for our pizza type in the data dictionary, don't forget this is the data dictionary we are looking at because sometimes you're not the one that collected this data. You are not the one that created the data schema, so you might not know what column means, what record means. So if a data dictionary has been created, this makes your job easier. So you know what is what, and you know how to do your analysis. So that's why it is always, even if you are the one that creates a data set yourself, you collected the data yourself, it's always great to create a data dictionary so as to help others, another person that might be working on it, or even help yourself because you might end up forgetting what you think this column or this record that you're collecting is going to do for you. Because as we all know, anyone can forget anything. So this helps you with the documentation of your project. Yeah. So that's majorly what data dictionary does. So in our pizza type table, we have pizza type ID, which is the unique identifier for each pizza type. So this we can call this a primary key. So anything that you see that is a unique identifier can also be called primary key, just the way we are having foreign key here as well. So this is something that will uniquely identify a particular thing. So an example of a primary key that we have right here is every one of you have a student ID that was generated for you. That when you fill your quiz and all that, you add your student ID. So that is your primary key because we might have the same Esther or Eneko, like 2 or 3 person might be bearing the same name. Yeah, it's possible. But with my student ID, if I write my exam, they can't give my score to another person because my student ID will be written on it. So that is my unique identifier. That is a primary key. It cannot be shared with anybody. You can't share your primary key or your unique identifier with another person. I need to go fast. My laptop is running very low. Um, so for pizza type, ID, it is the unique identifier for each pizza type, and we have pizza types name. So each pizza type has a name. We can see this ID here called BBQ BBQCKN. The full name of that is the barbecue chicken pizza. It has a category. It is in the chicken category. So each chicken, sorry, each pizza actually falls under a different category. Um we have the um classic, chicken, supreme, or veggie for the vegetarians or people that are don't like eating meat. And also we have ingredients because some people might be allergic to a particular pizza, so it's good to always know what it contains. So we have your ingredient as well, a comma delimited ingredients used in pizza as shown in the menu. They all include mozzarella cheese, even if not specified, and they all include tomato sauce. Because we all know cheese is really important in making our pizza. They all include tomato sauce as unless another sauce is specified. So we all know that a common um ingredient in our pizza now is mozzarella cheese and tomato sauce. It is really um in every pizza that we make. So that is that on our data that we are using for this class. So now let's load our data into Power BI. Yeah. Let's go to Power BI. So in Power BI, Bring out this desktop. So this is the main folder. This contains my data dictionary. You will not upload your data dictionary into Power BI. That is just for use for your own personal documentation purpose. But you upload other files. So I have my pizza files. So it contains the main four data sets that I need for my analysis. So I go into Power BI. I want to get data. Like I said, there are other ways to get to Power Query. We'll see the second option to get to Power Query now, apart from you clicking on transform data. So my data are all in a folder instead of me bringing it one by one. So I'll just click on folder. It's always nice to know your folder paths. If you don't know it, you can just browse. So I'll just go to my desktop. So this is it, pizza place. Click on OK, then click on OK again. So it shows me my data name, the extension, date access, date all of that, blah 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 blah. So instead of clicking on loading, don't load your data directly into Power BI. You click on transform data. So that takes me back to Power Query editor. Sorry, saying they are pending. Sorry, that was a mistake. Don't save. Okay. Okay. And do combine and transform data. I know down to do. Editors content. So let's click on transform data. Edit placement. Okay, I guess most of the questions have been answered by someone. Okay. So yeah, my data has been loaded into Power Query. So the other parts that were not showing well, because I really want to like, I'm sorry, my go it beats really fast because my laptop is low. Sorry, we don't have light. So this is the apply step. So what the apply step does, apply step just record every steps that you've done in your data transformation. For example, we can see that all my data here, so this particular column is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is a number column. Definitely, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 at the edge here. So I can come to say, okay, no, I want it to be in decimal number, fixed decimal number, whole number, or percentage, or date or time, if that was not the right thing. So let me just click on text. If I click on text, if I say add new step, you can see change type. So I can easily edit this particular one and rename it and say maybe changed to text, so that I can always remember it. But I actually really do not want to change that because my data is in the right data source. So I'm just going to cancel it. And when I click on the X arrow, my data goes back to the way it was before. So that is that on apply steps, that it will show every step of every data transformation that you have done. So we also have you can also come here to do the data type thing, to change your data type and all that. We have the split column here. So this particular column that have underscore, if I want to split them, I can just say split column. I can say split by delimiter. So automatically it's identified that the delimiter here is underscore. So if I click on okay, my column gets splitted. You can see the way the pizza ID were all together before, that have a wine and all that, they all splitted to different columns. So that's another thing we can do while preparing our data for transformation. No, I don't want that. So now our data is back to its original state. And also I can come to transform. You can do transpose, reverse, change your data type from here again. Like you have different places you can change your data type from. You can do rename, you can replace value, maybe where I have underscore, where I have the underscore, I want to replace it with hyphen. I can do that. If I click OK, you can see that my underscore, the way it was underscore before, it has all been changed to hyphen by using the replace value format. Yeah. We can also do split column. I don't have any column I want to split. You can do your text formatting here. If I want to change everything to uppercase, I can do that here. If I want to change everything to capitalize each first word, that can be done as well. If I want to turn everything to lowercase, it can be done as well. So you can do all your data transformation here, your data cleaning, in case your data did not come in the right way you actually want it to come in. We can add new column as well. In this place, we can do conditional column, indexing column. You can also duplicate a column. If I click on duplicate column, you can see that I have this column now in two places, the pizza ID, and I have a pizza ID column duplicating this. So I can do a transformation on this particular column without affecting this column. Yeah. And for dates, yeah, I don't have, let me try to bring in a, yeah, we can do column profiling. Let me, let me see. Let me click on picture ID. Let's do column profiling. So for column profile, we can see that the numbers, because your Power Query will always show your 1000 row. It will not show your entire data set, because like I said, Power BI takes a lot of power to run, just like its name. So to make our work run seamlessly. It's usually like showing your top 1000 rows, but if you want to see your entire data set, you can also click on that. So if I click on the entire data set, this is going to change. So my data set actually contains 48,620. Um, so I have the highest number is big meat, small. I have Thai chicken large, five cheese large, and all that. So this way, I can easily profile my column to know how many distinct value do I have. I have 91 distinct value. Um, there's no error. I don't have empty cells and all that. And this can also be seen um up here. All what I'm saying there is also showing up here. So if I add an error or a particular record that is not supposed to be here, it's going to be showing error. If I have empty spaces, it's going to be showing the number of percentage of the empty spaces I have here as well. And also let me do column distribution. It's just what I just saw here, that we have a 91 distinct um pizza ID in this particular column. And also you can see each of the column just for you to know what you are working with. We have 4 distinct as well. So this helps you to profile your data sets before going to work on it, for you to know that, okay, my data is clean. I can do what I want to do with it. I can go on to do my analysis. After doing all your data cleaning and all that, you just do click on close and apply. If you want to close and apply, you close. You just want to apply, you apply and move on. But I'll just click on close and apply. When you click on close and apply, it takes us back to our so it's loading into my Power BI. It's creating everything that it needs to create. Yeah, so this is in. So now if I come to our table view that was empty before, you can see that I can now see this particular data set in forms of rows and column. For model view, I can see it. So if I have other data sets in here, it will show relationship between them. If I have done a DAX, the DAX will be showing here as well. So now I think I'll take questions and answer. So we continue the class tomorrow with data modeling. So that way we get to see every other data set in our analysis. So now we see how we've seen the data Power BI interface and also steps to prepare our data and data transformation as well. So please, if you have any question, kindly drop it. Happiness, please, if you can also drop the class recording, kindly do it as well. Okay. Okay, I'm going to Ianu, please, you have access to the mic. Happiness, please, can you drop the quiz if you are still with us? If it's ready already. All right, thank you. Ianu, please, you have access to the mic. Kindly ask your question. So thank you all for joining today's class.